game!
Welcome to the drop for this week. I'm Fighter Chaos as always, and first things first, if you didn't already know, the Geek Fighters are back. That's right. No longer the Game Riffers channel, the channel for Let's Plays between with my friends 16-Bit Jeff and Double RPG, is no longer going to be called the Game Riffers, and it's no longer just going to be about gaming. We're going to go back to our old name. Way back in 2009, we used to call ourselves the Geek Fighters. Thanks to Hero Club and Wheelchair 21, for bringing us back together and having us come back in a way that we're pretty okay with, because before we've had offers and stuff to come back, but we didn't like them, so thanks to Wheels for, making us go, yeah, we'll come back, and we'll come back as the Geek Fighters completely. Starting next year, the Game Riffers and all that stuff should be phased out and probably renamed. The Geek Fighters already has a Twitter, at the Geek Fighters. The Game Riffers have a Twitter as well, but that Twitter may or may not stick around either as something that's going to be renamed or just deleted completely. I may use it for something else, I don't know. As for the drop today, or this week, man, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. We've got the Game Awards, we've got Ready Player One's trailer, we've got Street Fighter V, we've got PlayStation Experience, I'll get to that. We've got Street Fighter Anniversary, and something else. What was it? I don't remember, but I will talk about it. Alright guys, let's get to it. Let's talk about the Game Awards, alright? First off, let's talk about what happened at the Game Awards with all the actual awards. The whole reason it's called the Game Awards. Alright, so we got the winners from all the categories. Let's go through that first. It's easy. Starting from the bottom. Industry Icon Award, Carol Shaw. Best Esports Team, Cloud9. Best Esports Player, Faker, Lee Seung-hyuk. Forgive me if I butchered that name. Trending Gamer, Guy Bam, Dr. Disrespect, Chinese Fan Game Award, JX3HD, Student Game Award, Level Squared, Games for Impact, Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice, Best Performance, Melina Jurgens in Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice, Best Audio Design, Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice. I gotta try this game. It's made by Ninja Theory, and I actually like them. I liked Heavenly Sword and DMC. Yeah, I liked DMC. Okay, well, it wasn't what we were expecting, but, I had fun with it. Shoot. Best Score, Music, Nier Automata, or as Jeff Keighley kept saying, Nier Automata. Best Multiplayer, Unlisted. Best Art Direction, Cuphead. Best Narrative, What Remains of Edith Finch. Best Game Direction, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Best VR/AR Game, Resident Evil 7. Best Handheld Game, Metroid Samus Returns. Best Mobile Game, Monument Valley 2. Best Indie Debut Game, Cuphead. Best Indie Game, Cuphead. Best Ongoing Game, Overwatch. Most Anticipated Game, Last of Us Part 2. Best Esports Game, Overwatch. Best Racing Game, Forza Motorsport. Oh, Best Sports/Racing Game. Okay, so Forza also beat Madden and all that. Okay. Best Family Game, Super Mario Odyssey. Breast. You know what's on my mind. There goes my female viewers, like I had any. Oh, if you're out there, let me know. Legit curious. Best Strategy Game, Mario & Rabbids Kingdom Battle. Best Fighting Game, Injustice 2. Really? I'm not mad at that, but, my personal favorite was, of course, Tekken 7, but, not mad at that. Injustice 2 is actually good. Best Role-Playing Game, Persona 5. Best Action-Adventure Game, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Best Action Game, Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus. And finally, Game of the Year, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Not mad at that. I would have probably picked Persona 5 personally, but, it's Zelda, and it was actually good and a step ahead and all that, so whatevs. I'm just not one of those guys who, thinks everything Nintendo does is fantastic, but I will give credit where it's due. Zelda was a good game. Also, there's a bunch of announcements, some crazy good announcements. Switch is killing it. Like I just said, wait, I thought you said you don't... No, I said I don't like Nintendo fanboys, or people who go crazy at them. I didn't say I didn't like Nintendo, just to clarify there. But here we go. There was PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds new map. I believe it was the desert map. A game called GTFO World Premiere. Metro Exodus World Premiere. Metro Exodus looking good. Fade to Silence. I forgot what that was about. Let me check what that's about. Let me turn off my... I don't want to hear background noise. Fade to Silence was the game. It was a survival game, right? Ah, right, the one in the snow. The one in the snow with monsters. Right, okay. Snow monsters. That's basically it. Death Stranding had another trailer that made no sense. Oh my god. And then the thing is people say, I hate when people say this is pretentious. It's the dictionary definition of pretentious. Somebody who thinks they're better than you. Kojima's literally doing what... Okay, he's getting called a genius for having stuff that even Norman Reedus and Mads Mikkelsen have admitted make no sense. To pretentious, literally dictionary definition, to impress by affecting greater importance, talent, culture than is actually possessed. Kojima is being called a genius for these wacky cutscenes. It all makes sense if you time it to the baby. No, it doesn't. Dude, it's about Eldritch. Who knows what it's about? He didn't say anything what it's about. Even play, show me gameplay, then I'll talk about if it's... Show me gameplay that's actually good, and then I'll talk about if it being good. Bayonetta 3 on Nintendo Switch, that was great. Bayonetta 1 and 2 coming to Switch, that's also great. Soul Calibur 6 was the big announcement. Bayonetta 3 as well, but Soul Calibur 6, personally for me, was even bigger because, I'm just a bigger fighting game fan. I mean, I liked Devil May Cry. Wasn't that huge into Bayonetta, I'll be honest. I don't hate Bayonetta, I played a little bit of it. It's great, plays like Devil May Cry, just, I don't know, I wasn't as into it. But Soul Calibur 6, showing a young Mitsurugi and a Sophitia, who by the time of 5 was like an old woman, and Cassandra took her place already in the time of 2, so I wonder if this is a, not necessarily a reboot, but something along the line, a soft reboot? They're young? I don't know. Heck, it could even be a Soul Blade reboot, Mitsurugi and Sophitia were in that. Shadows Die Twice, which people are speculating it's not confirmed that it's Bloodborne 2, but people think it is. Smitherson Accounting, World War Z was being shown, but that's not... what else was there announced? Gosh, if there's anything else, remind me. Witchfire, and there was another... Oh, that's right, there was another one that was called... It wasn't called Witchfire, it was a game... It was made by the people who did Firewall. If there's anything else, let me know in the comments. Going off to the PlayStation Experience, or should I say, the PlayStation Sleeping Pill. Alright, so the PlayStation Experience, which Double RPG and 16-Bit Jeff decided to stream with Visible Ninja, and I forget who else was on there. It was those three mainly. They decided to stream it. Double RPG was like, I'm going to stream it. I was like, it's late. They said there wasn't going to be anything there. I'm not going to join the stream, plus it's late. Even if there was something, I'm not going to join. However, you guys decided to stream anyways. And what happened? Nothing happened. You guys wish you went to sleep just like I did. Ah, boy. So, here's the announcements that were announced. That's something, yeah. Announcements that were announced, that were made. The Last Guardian is coming to VR, sort of. The Last Guardian will be able to get a taste of what the game will be like in VR as a free VR experience based on the game. Is coming to PlayStation VR December 12th. I'm recording this, so tomorrow by the time I'm recording this. Today by the time you're hearing this. So check that out, I guess. Wipeout also has a VR thing coming out. Wipeout Omega Collection. Now the package is about to get VR in early 2018 with an update, allowing players to experience every track in virtual reality with full 3D audio. Media Molecule talked more about its creation-centric game Dreams, which will come to PS4 in 2018. Detroit Become Human. We saw the same thing with the android trying to save the girl from the other android 2 years ago, except we got to see it be played live. Mega Man is going to be in Monster World as a skin for Palico, the cat companion, so you could turn him into Mega Man. Oh god, my nose. That's the weird sound you're hearing. Sorry about that. Sarah Daniel is back in a Medieval remaster. The only cool thing I thought would happen at PSX, and even then it was just the briefest of brief teasers. Like, super brief. Medieval will be a 4K remake on PS4 Pro. No release date was given, but Sony promises there'll be more information soon. And there's also Jupiter and Mars, which is a Echo the Dolphin-like game, but not Echo the Dolphin, although a lot of people when they were watching it live could have sworn it was going to be Echo the Dolphin, and that's about it. The experience itself, I heard good things about from our friend Dalo Relance. He works for the guys at Mechatalk, mahq.net. Go check them out if you're into Gundam and other mecha anime. Yeah, it was kind of bland this year. Now I know they said it wasn't going to be a It wasn't going to be important. It wasn't going to have a lot of stuff. But you guys actually started talking about your budget and all that at a public event. The people there are not there for the budget. That's for your investors and all that. That's business talk that had no place at a public event to me, you know? That's not what people came there for. To invite people to a public event, to a public board meeting, public event, like I just said. I'm trying to think of a better word, but I couldn't. Where you're going to have stuff on a stage and all that, and you're just having people talk. That wasn't really the way to go, Sony. If it wasn't going to be much, you should have just cut it real short, showed what little you had, and just went on with the day and said, hey, for those of you here, the next day we're going to have all this stuff playable. And boom. Would have been a lot less painful, a lot less sleep-inducing. But what do I know, right? Capcom has been doing some good stuff lately. I can't believe I'm saying that, but first off, we've got the Street Fighter Anniversary Collection. 30 years, that's right. The first Street Fighter first came out in 1987. At least over here in the U.S. it did. I think it came out 86 in Japan, actually. But I'll be corrected if I'm wrong on that. So, this collection is going to contain Street Fighter, yes, the very first one, Shanhaya, and Hurricane Kick. And it had the same motions, but it was like exponentially harder to do the moves than in the Street Fighter 2 and on. And it also contains Street Fighter 2, World Warrior, 2 Turbo New Challengers, I think. I don't know if it's not every incarnation of 2, but it's like the major ones. Champion Edition, New Challengers, Turbo, Super Turbo, and then Street Fighter Alpha 1, 2, and 3, and Street Fighter 3, all 3 Street Fighter 3s. Say that a bunch of times fast. Street Fighter 3, the original, Street Fighter 3 Second Impact, that's baseball, and Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, the one everybody loves, including me. Also, there will be online play for Street Fighter 2 Turbo and Super Turbo, I believe. Jeez. Street Fighter Alpha 3 and Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. So no online play for the other Street Fighter 3s or Alphas. Despite the fact that Alpha 2 would be awesome to play online, and so would Second Impact, Street Fighter 3 Second Impact. That was like my other favorite Street Fighter 3 game. But good news also is the fact that it's going to be multi-platform on everything. Xbox, PlayStation, computer, via Steam, and yes, even the Switch is getting a version. Which also kind of makes me think of like, wow, the people who bought Final Challengers, they're probably like, man, if we waited, we could have paid the same amount and gotten all the games. Jeez, that's kind of like, man, for the people who got Final Challengers, they're probably feeling like gypped right now, but oh well, hey, sell it back and get this one. Following on the Street Fighter news, Street Fighter V Arcade Edition just revealed its trailer and the fact that Sakura will be the first new character in Season 3 of Street Fighter V. Street Fighter V Arcade Edition is set to drop January, and it will feature Sakura, also January 16th, by the way. And also you'll get, I'm glad they actually did this and not no silhouette crap. After that, you'll get Blanca, Falky, Cody, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, G, and Sagat. I'm so glad Sagat is back. I'm very glad to see Cody back. I don't know if I want to see Blanca back, but hey, I don't hate Blanca, so whatever. Cody is I already said Cody. Now, the new character, Falke, looks to be related to Bison and Ed. You know, she's with Ed in the trailer they showed. She looks to be another Shadowloo agent. I don't know if she's another one of Bison's dolls or anything like that. She might be. She looks cool though. Got evil lipstick. I never liked that blue lipstick or purple lipstick. I was like, I don't know, something about blue and purple was lip colors. I don't know. But I'll try her out. I don't know. Did I just say I'll try her out? I might get this. I might just get Arcade Edition after all this talk. It looks like Capcom is learning and they're messing up. They're stopping their mistakes. They're not messing up. And hopefully this will get them into, getting back on the players' good sides and remembering that it isn't just all the hardcore Evo players and hardcore, all the tournament players that play this game, but the casuals count too. And playing online just for having fun and all that, that's a big part of the scene too. I dare say a bigger part of the scene. More people play casually than there are pro players out there for any game. It's nice to see Sagat already said that. Now, this guy G, they said something about a quote-unquote president fighter. I don't know if he's supposed to be the president in the Street Fighter universe, but whatever. Some people were even speculating that G is Q before he became Q. Who knows? That would be kind of a cool segue into 3 because this still takes place before 3. And also another thing about G is he just looks cool. He's like Uncle Sam just decided to Uncle Slam like the Simpsons did. He's Uncle Slam. This dude ready to take you on for America. And his name being G just makes me think of Sean Connery. If Sean Connery voiced this guy, that'd be great. In The Untouchables, just to hear the line, "You're mucking with a G here, pal. You're mucking with a G." And then boom, greatest game ever. Just have him always say that with every attack. "You're mucking with a G here. I'll main him forever." Yeah, Street Fighter V doing great, I guess. Doing good? Yeah. In January 16th, we'll see. We'll see those sales. We'll see if people who, like me, sold back Street Fighter V are going to pick up Arcade Edition or not. We'll see. If they do pick it up, Capcom, that means you're doing good. And B, keep doing the things where you're not trying to nickel and dime people and give us poorly implemented and rushed products. I say implemented, poorly developed and rushed products. Keep doing good. Keep listening to the people who count. Yesterday, 2 days ago, by the time you see this, Ready Player One revealed its trailer. Boy, if you don't know about this already, how can I tell you to watch this movie when it comes out? It's got everything you like. If you're watching this right now, this episode of The Drop, turns out you are a fan of something. So, you're gonna want to watch this. Gundam, it's a Gundam! That showed up in there. Chun-Li showed up in there. Tracer from Overwatch showed up in there. And besides that, it just looks like a good movie with, VR and future stuff, future tech, and rebellions and all that. Kind of reminds me of, gosh, I'm trying to think of what reminds me of Rebellion. Like Last Starfighter, kind of, I guess. That's kind of like the main thing that I'm drawing parallels to. So if you like Last Starfighter, but you wanted to see a Gundam in it, go watch this and go read the book too, if you can find it. Jeff, 16-bit Jeff, is the one who knows more about the book. So there you go. So, this is from Bloomberg about the Disney-Fox deal. A deal for Fox is coming within days. This was written today, as of recording yesterday for you watching. So, here's the main point. A deal still hasn't been finalized, and the talks could still fall apart. Fox shares jumped up as high as 1.4% to $33.77 per share after Bloomberg report. Burbank, California-based Disney also got gains, rising as much as 2.2%, up to $106.50. Disney has been competing against Comcast for Fox, and Verizon and Sony for Fox. Now, as you know, Fox owns rights to the movie rights, because Marvel already owns, of course, for the comics and everything, but Fox owns the movie rights to X-Men, Fantastic Four. So, the cool news is if they join, of course, everybody wants to see the X-Men and the Fantastic Four in the regular Marvel Cinematic Universe. However, the thing that people like me and who know business there's one small thing. Disney kind of owns a little too much, don't you think? It kind of could. Don't want it to be a monopoly up in here. Don't we have anti-monopoly laws in this country? So far, of course, it's not a monopoly right now. But the fact that they're gobbling up mega franchises kind of isn't necessarily a good thing. Even though it's cool to see Marvel get its movie rights to back, but to see them get back, also Star Wars that Disney owns, everything else is kind of a lot to own under one roof. But I kind of do still want to see the X-Men and the Fantastic Four and the Marvel Cinematic Universe proper, so that's kind of cool. What do you guys think? Let me know. And hey, this is the first Geek Fighters episode of The Drop, so check out the Discord server in the description below. And check out my webcomics and my social media and all that. And again, let me know what you guys think and what you guys want me to cover in the social media or on the Discord server and yada yada. I've been Fighter Cows. See you guys next week.